Fair use. The views and opinions of Jay and Cannon do not represent the views of any studio, actor, or whiny fanboys. Warning, there are spoilers. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to a much needed, been in hiatus, Hotep movie reviews. I'm Cannon Hotep. Riding alongside me as always, my man Jay Pollen. What's going on, Jay?
What's good with it?
Not much, man. When's the last time we did a movie review? I think the last time we did
1997 or something like that, right?
I think the last time we did like a legit movie review, YouTube took it down.
Did they?
Yeah, I think it was we did like a Star Wars movie review.
Yeah.
And YouTube snatched that joint down.
Pierce Brosnan was still James Bond, and
and we had landed on the moon.
You know,
yeah.
The early days of the Nets.
Anyway, guys, we coming to you guys with another Hotep movie review. This time we're reviewing Bad Boys 4, Ride or Die.
Yes, sir.
Oh man,
the other one was called Bad
Boys for Life, right?
Bad Boys for Life. They should have made that a number 4. It should say Bad Boys for Life, and that should have been in it. Yeah, they got it backwards. I don't know how they did that.
They probably did it because they didn't know if they were gonna make it a number 4 movie.
Should have been called Bad Boys 3, Ride or Die, Bad Boys for Life. That would make more sense.
That one does make more sense. I agree with that. But that's
IMAX. Saw it at the movie theaters.
Yeah, I went to the movie theaters. I had a fantastic time at Warehouse Cinema. I love that place. They got a beer wall. They a wine wall. They got great movie food. My daughter got some nachos, Jay.
Out of this world.
Oh my gosh! You know how like when you go to AMC, they just give you the bag of nachos and then like the cheese. This one was loaded out. It had guac on it. It had sour cream. It had beer cheese and jalapenos and different colored tortilla chips, and it was a lot. And I'm like, that's like something you get from the bar.
They hooked the nachos up. That's good.
They hooked the nachos up. Then I had something called a Dogzilla. So it was a Dogzilla.
Okay.
It
was green.
Huh?
Was it green like Godzilla?
No, it was a Dogzilla. It was loaded down like the nachos, but it was a hot dog.
You know what? That's one of the secrets that I use at Freddy's. I don't know if you got a Freddy's over there or not.
Nah.
But every time I pull up to a Freddy's, it's like a Shake Shack. You got a Shake Shack?
We did until they got rid of it.
Oh, okay. So Shake Shack, Freddy's, when you pull up over there, they got a hot dog. Mm-hmm. It comes plain hot dog. But then they say, what you want on your hot dog? I say, put everything on it. And I mean literally everything you got. And when they do that, they load it up. They have to load it up because you're asking for it loaded up. And then I said, as long as it doesn't cost extra, load it up. And they'll put nacho cheese all over it. They'll put everything they got in the kitchen sink. So I like that one.
Oh, I hear that. Yeah, that's how
the
this
technique. And it's still just a $2 dog.
Yo, this theater is dope. They had funnel cake fries, Jay. Like they had all these. It's just dope. But anyway, so we went at like 11:15. Like that's like it was like the first showing. But we went in and we had a good time, man. For those of you who don't know, this is the 4th iteration of the Bad Boys. I guess this is not a trilogy. What would you call it? The anthology? Is that what they call it? What do they call it when it's past a trilogy?
Well, quad.
I guess.
We're at the quad right now.
So, I guess canon, I guess at this point, from the Bad Boys
Making
canon.
Saga.
Yeah, saga. There we go. I like the word saga. So this is the 4th iteration of the saga, right? It starts off, warning guys that like we said in the beginning, there are spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, go ahead and click off of this right now. Hit a like on the way out. You know what I mean? Please subscribe to the channel as well. But go watch it and come back and see what we thought. Anyway, so 5, 4, 3, 2, okay. So it starts off, they're at they're at Will Smith, aka Mike Lowry's wedding.
Yeah.
Okay, they dancing, having a good time, and then Martin just looks like he kicks the bucket in the middle of the wedding. He falls of a heart attack, and he goes into like the underworld, I guess you would say. It almost like he fell into some water, right? Which would symbolize like the underworld. He went to the underworld, and this is where they saw their old police chief. So if you saw the previous movies, the white guy that was cussing a lot, drinking the Pepto-Bismol and all that other stuff. Well, in the 3rd movie, he got murked, got sniped by we would later find out it was Will Smith's son. Sniped him, killed him. So he sees Martin down there in the, I guess, what's Martin's, Burnett, right? Marcus Burnett sees Marcus down there, dead. He's in the underworld with him, and he walks over to him and says, "Not your time yet," but then whispers something into his ear. And then fast forward, you see Martin in the, hospital, and he wakes up with a smile on his face. Next thing you know, he's running out the room, and he's up on the roof.
He had a second chance. He was high on life.
Yeah, he was high on life.
He visited the ancestors. Mm-hmm. That's one of the messages that they were getting across. Is he traversed the planes of existence and saw all of his past lives and his ancestors and all this other stuff.
Yeah, you thought it was T'Challa.
Yeah, they did have that. They did have that kind of sequence in the Wakanda movies, didn't they?
Yeah, that's kind of how it looked, right?
It did.
T'Challa, but so he tells Mike Lowry that, look, you about to have a rough go of it. It's going to be some things happening. You have to make some tough decisions. Blah 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 blah. So then they get in and they start. So what happens is that I guess it was he fast forward to some. I guess I don't know what was he? Was he a banker or was he another officer? The guy that they tried to blackmail was like, "Does your wife know she's here?" Was he? I missed that part. Like, was he a banker? What was he?
He was the man with the money and the funds.
He was the man with the money. So they come up with this man with the money. They blackmail him.
Because he had a baddie.
Yeah,
he was sneaking around.
I thought it was his daughter. I'm like, that is daughter.
No, he had a baddie that he was sneaking around behind his wife's back, and then they filmed the two of them together for like real fast. And they were like, "You want to explain this to your wife?" And then they were like, "Oh, that was dirty to get them out of there." Yeah. So fast forward, they had him wire some money to their old captain's account so they could blame Joy Pantaleon.
Yes. They wired some money to his account, right, to their old captain's account to blame him, since he was already dead, to blame him for some shady stuff that was going on down in the police department. But Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett, they can't have that. They gotta avenge their dead boss. So
Captain.
We go on this wild ride, which was just action at every turn. They end up breaking his son out of. They weren't even trying to break him out. They were really just trying to get him to a safe house, right? Because
they had Vanessa Hudgens was at the safe house with her freaky self, and then whatever guy that was there, to help, that was hooked up with her. We come to find out they were a couple.
Oh yeah,
and that's kind of a cool little element to the Bad Boys series, because they were like introducing characters that I felt like can go on to these next adventures, maybe on, like when Mike Lowry's son pop up.
Yeah, and I mean, and they were in the previous movie, right? They were part of that SRT. They were part of that SRT group. But anyway, so his son could identify the guy. So they went back and they hollered at the son because he could identify the guy. They had to get him to a safe house. And
Armand.
Huh? Armand, that's right. Armand is his name, yeah. So they get him to a safe house. But the bad guy they was tracking was a step ahead of them. He was on a plane. He tried to take the plane down and make it seem like it was like an attack, or that Mike Lowry was trying to free his son, but they all died in the process.
Part Con Air, part The Fugitive. Scene next.
They tried to kill my wife. I don't care.
They were trying to do a part Con Air, part Fugitive take from that point on. Armand and them were trying to get out. But before you get to that part, though, a little bit earlier when Armand was in the prison, they paid off these goons to try to come and get at him. But he was trained in all these combat arts for the cartels, I guess, and he just started whooping tail with his weight equipment.
That was an ill scene. That was
one of the best scenes in the Bad Boys series right there. That was one of the best scenes in the Bad Boys series when he started fighting those people in the prison.
Yeah, that was ill. He had a 45-pound weight with the shirt. He was wearing
hitting them with the plates.
I was like, bruh. Oh man. It was, man, listen. So they get him, they make it back to the States, right? They make it back to the States. Where actually I don't think they were ever out of the States. They were like on the edge of like, it was like on the edge of like Florida. They made it back to, I guess, Miami, I would say, where they were quickly stabbed in the back by a friend of theirs that owned the club, because they had $5 million on their head, and who's going to turn down $5 million? You know, unless
wasn't that Tiffany Haddish?
Yeah, it was Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish is I don't know. I ain't gonna say she's annoying, but Tiffany Haddish plays Tiffany Haddish in everything that she's in. Just like Kevin Hart plays Kevin Hart in everything that he's in.
I thought it was Eve when I saw her from behind, and then really up close over to it, and I was like, "Oh, that's Tiffany Haddish."
That'd have been an upgrade. But did you see that?
Because they didn't get Megan, and they didn't get Megan, they didn't get Cardi, they didn't get Nikki.
Yeah, they took Tiffany Haddish, who I'm sure she's having her 15 minutes of fame right now. I'm not knocking it, but they could have picked somebody better. That's just me. But I digress, because Easter eggs was in there. You had the dark skinned kid that just does the fucking facial expressions. I don't know who I'm talking about.
My wife knew who it was. I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, he be all over TikTok. He just does he does all this stuff. You'll see it in the edit, guys. And then you had Myron Gaines in there.
Did you?
You didn't see Myron? Remember when Will had the panic attack and the EMS? The paramedic who was like, "You had a panic attack." Da, 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 da. That was Myron.
It was Fresh and Fit person.
It was Fresh and Fit person. I was like, "Oh, here we go." Plus, why not? Because they're in Miami, so of course they're gonna pick him up. I don't know if there was any other Easter eggs or other YouTube influencers in there or not. I guess they just did it just to have some to be hip, because Martin and Will are old as hell. Like say no, they're in their 50s. But what else happened in that movie? It was just a lot of action in that movie, and I enjoyed it.
Well,
but yeah,
they were really bringing to the forefront Armand for one thing, and then next up, when they get back over there and they start trying to do the kidnappings and stuff like that of the family members, they try to bust in their houses. Oh man, that might have been the best scene in the movie. I know you would like that scene. Reggie is strapped up. Reggie's been playing Call of Duty, coming back from his deployments overseas, and he's ready for business when the villains all showed up, suited up.
Reggie been on some Black Ops in real life. So y'all know Reggie, the one who's like, "Nigga, you look 30." Right? The baby father, or the boyfriend / husband of Martin's daughter. He's in there, docile, playing video games, yes sir, just real mild mannered. So Martin's ring goes off, on the SRT's, which is the unit that they were a part of, on the camera, on the computer. So Martin sees that they sent a team of people to his house to either kill them or capture them. So Martin calls Reggie playing Call of Duty or whatever he playing. He's like, "Get the family out of there. They can't." And Reggie just goes into action. Reggie put them in the closet. He grabbed the glizzy. He racked that shit, and he proceeded to eliminate 15, count on 15 insurgents with extreme prejudice.
He was not to be played with.
He was the Black John Wick in that movie. It was like, God. And then as Martin and Will are watching from the camera or from the computer at their safe house, they proceeded to watch Reggie just annihilate 15 bad guys.
It was epic.
Epic.
And you know what? I felt like this is a passing of the torch moment where you got two great characters set up. You got Reggie now, and you got Armand, and they're the young blood. Like, you could have Bad Boys 5 come out with the other two older characters now being like in executive power, and those two other new characters going around doing their own Bad Boys type stuff, you know, stopping the bad guys. Somehow, somewhere, you could come up with a script out of that, because those other characters, those other characters a part of the series are making it, you know, also fun to watch them. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing the SRT characters like Vanessa Hudgens and her dude have more adventures together, and then Armand and Reggie, of course, and with like Reggie being the next Will in the storyline, maybe, you know.
Yeah,
like it'd be pretty cool to see what they could come up with them.
Yeah, you know, you got Martin and Will in the background at this point, you know.
I mean? Yeah, in the background somewhere, kind of like in the role that the captain had.
Yes.
Like either Martin or, you know, or Will get promoted into that captain position.
Right.
And then now they're like, oh, there's this case, and guess what it involves? It involves your son, man, and somehow Reggie's mixed in, and boop 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 boop. You know, that would be it'd start getting epic from there too.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean?
Passing of the torch, kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, because like, I mean, his son, you know, we fast forward, you know, toward the ending. His son was not liked by their captains or their former captain, their late captain's daughter, simply because he killed her father. But she let him go because he saved her daughter's life.
Yeah, they had the retribution moment.
Yeah, they had
he sailed off into the sunset on the little boat.
And I'm just sitting there laughing because I'm in the theater, and you got nothing but a bunch of black people in the theater, right? And they're like, she's gonna shoot him. She's gonna shoot him. Like, this is a movie. This isn't Black Lives Matter. This isn't Black Lives Matter. She's not just gonna shoot him anyway.
They were ready to start marching.
Yeah, they ready to start justice for Armando.
Man, it's rough.
They about to start singing "We Shall Overcome" on the way out the theater. No. I'm sitting there like,
the theater was
God.
in there gasping, huh?
Yeah, yo, because you know you get them old ladies. They don't talk through the movie, but it'd be certain scenes where they're like, and I know that's right. I know that's right. He been playing that game. I'm like, oh my God, lady, just stop. Please don't ruin this nice white establishment for us. Don't you ruin this nice white establishment for us, okay? Oh my gosh.
We had a packed theater and they were just chuckling the whole time. I mean, everyone was having a good time.
Yeah, it was a good movie and I laughed. I thought it was funny, but she let him go and he got a little John boat and he took off, man. You know, I don't know if he died of his injuries because he took a few cuts and a few stabs.
You know, he survived part 2.
I don't know if
put all kinds of pin cushion in him, but he was survived it.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he did. He probably off in El Salvador somewhere, wherever he was from.
It's nothing but a flesh wound.
Yeah, he in Cuba, because it wasn't that far from Cuba. He probably in Cuba, but I can already see a 5 happening. Like you said, Martin and Will get promoted. Their characters get promoted.
That's you know, that's a lot of territory to cover there for more funny adventures with those 2 characters as the captain.
Yeah, and
you know, training a whole. And having these other characters come along and then involving Armand somehow, he's back, or some cartel characters are out to get him, and yo, that's your son, you know, you gotta go protect him and stuff like that. Yeah. We bad boys for life, and then them coming to the rescue.
Right.
You know, with that we're too old for this kind of stuff. Business.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon, baby. This is the new Lethal Weapon. Bad Boys is the new Lethal Weapon. This reminded me of Lethal Weapon this time. You know what I mean?
With the mixture of the original Fast and Furious, maybe not the new over the top cartoonish stuff, but the old school action movies.
I was thinking about Lethal Weapon meets Expendables just a little bit, but like I can see that, right? You know, Martin or Burnett and Lowry get promoted. They run, you know, they got the SRT
their own division.
Reggie's out of the
and Reggie's in the mix.
Yeah, he's out of the Marine Corps now. He's an officer, you know what I mean, on the beat. You know what I mean? And he's on the SRT team or whatever, yeah.
Especially they get some new recruits that are like not like Police Academy bad off, but you know, some funny characters in there too that they gotta get on to all the time. It would just be hilarious.
It would be hilarious, you know what I mean? And then they just go from there with it. I see the franchise being able to stay alive. You know, it don't necessarily need to be Martin and Will in there.
You got to pass on the torch at some point.
You can keep them in there for like
definitely.
You know, they you know
leadership,
right? Captains of different things or whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean? Maybe they retire Martin from it. I don't know if he's going to be doing it anymore because I heard Martin had a stroke or something like that. You know, maybe.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of the angle they were going in this movie of showing him being a little sick or something like that.
Yeah,
I thought maybe this is the angle they're trying to show in case anything happens to him.
He retired in the third movie. Remember?
Yeah.
He retired and he came back, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, maybe they phase Martin out of it, or maybe give him a bit role or whatever. You know, let him say goodbye to the fans. You know, he retired. Maybe this starts off at his retirement, and then it just moves on with Will Smith and the rest of the gang. You know, but this was a good movie. I didn't go in with high expectations, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed that movie. Like, I could watch it again.
Because they've been inundating us with all this fake woke garbage the last 3.5 years, right, where we're just groaning all the time because they make digs about guns, they make digs, you know, it's all political, right? Yeah. So we go into the theater and we're up there, we're watching, okay, this movie will be like, all right, and then here comes the groan moment. We're just like, oh man, I guess I have to overlook this. Then 5 scenes later, you got some weird stuff going on between 2 dudes or something, and you're like, oh man, here we go. Well, you know, you just can't get through a movie without all that stuff for a while.
Did Michael Bay do this movie?
I don't know. He was executive producer or something. He cameos in this movie, pulls up in that Bad Boys Part 1 car.
Yeah, he did. I knew that was Michael Bay. I was like, yo, I told my wife, I was like, that's Michael Bay. That's Michael Bay. Cause you know, Michael Bay's kind of base. So he probably ain't want that. He probably ain't want that in this movie anyway. He probably was like, you know, we're not doing all this ultra woke stuff. We're not about to do that. We're not about to take jabs at political candidates and this and that. We're not going to do it. Because he's
fault that the environment is falling apart, Ken. They didn't take that. They didn't do it. So it was good to sit there and relax at a movie that wasn't chastising us for being toxic human beings.
It was a toxic masculine movie. Lynetta Hutchinson was looking good. What's the one? Rita. What was her? I don't know her real name. She was looking good.
Rita Ora was in it.
No, her name was Rita. The girl that was sleeping with the mayoral candidate. The one that got ate by the albino gator.
Oh, the gator scene was kind of fun too.
Yeah, the Spanish chick.
Well, this was on the for the series. This was like number 2 for me is number 1. Number 2. Number 4, number 1, and then number 3. I didn't really care for number 3, so that's it. That'll be my list right there.
Me, I'm gonna go number 1.
You like the first one the best?
I love the first one.
Dang.
It sets the whole thing off. I'm gonna go number 1. That's young Martin. He funny. He what's the girl named? Taya Leone was in it. You know, it's you know, it was a great movie when it came out. It was fantastic movie. I'm gonna go number 3. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go number 1, number 4, number 3, and then number 2.
You put number 2.
I'm sorry. Back? Number 1, number 4, number 2, and then number 3.
Okay, I guess.
Because number 2 is when they was fighting the Haitians and like, because that was one of the greatest car chases ever. When they was throwing the cars from the car carriers and stuff.
Number 2 was like nonstop, and that's the one that had Dan Marino in it too.
Yeah, that one. So
like number 2, like never let up off the gas. No, like from the very beginning, where they were like, what was that? Shake your tail feather, whoa, whoa. That's song that came on.
Yeah, that's the one where they had the. What's her name? Gabrielle Union was in it, right?
Yeah. And then it went from the party, then they were on the wedding or party or whatever that was on the beach. And then all of a sudden they were out there fighting the cartels and stuff, and then all those drugs were coming in, and those dudes were chopping people up in the chopping spot. It was just like nonstop.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do, guys.
They popped back up and they were like spinning in circles. Remember that part? They were like,
you're lucky you're my mother's
what have you got me into? What have you got me into?
Now that you just reminded me, number 2, number 4, number 1, and then number 3. Number 2, number 4, number 1, and number 3.
You switched all the way up.
Because 4 was 2 was, you're right, 2 was the best.
2 was nonstop epic.
Yeah, number 4 was, I felt like was on par with number 2.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah, the cameos were fun too.
Yes.
DJ Khaled.
Yeah, DJ Khaled was in. That's right.
What's the one guy? I forgot his name. Jasper Jones or whatever the heck he is.
John Sally, well, he was in number 2.
No, in this one, in part 4, there's this one Post Malone-ish type rapper singer that popped up in 1 second, and I was like, oh, that's what's his name, and I said his name, and then now I've forgotten it.
I forgot, but yeah, I'm gonna go.
He was with DJ Khaled when they pulled up on them.
Oh yeah. I can't think of his name either. Number 2, number 4, number 1, and number 3. That's me. Number 2, 4, 1, 3. Hey guys, in the comments, let us know what your rating is for Bad Boys from 1 to 4. Which ones you put in your order from best to worst. Let us know in the comments. You know, like I said, I'm number 2, number 4, number 1, and number 3. I'm gonna go straight like that. But number 4 I could watch again. Number 2 I've watched countless times. Number 1 I've watched countless times. The 3rd was the only one I really didn't watch like that. I think I watched it maybe once or twice and that was it. Not sure why. But like, I guess because number 3 wasn't really that great. It was, in my opinion, it wasn't really. Number 3 really wasn't that great. You know?
It was Lucas Joyner Lucas.
Oh, Joyner Lucas. Okay.
Yeah, remember when he jumped out with with DJ Khaled's people, and he was trying to shoot or something like that, and he got hit or something.
I can see.
Yeah, remember when he smiled real big and he was like, "We just came out here trying to get this money, man." Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, that was Joyner Lucas. That's right.
He said, "We just came out here trying to get this money, man."
Yeah, he gained some weight. Joyner Lucas.
And then they were like, "Bop, bop, 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 bop."
Yeah, Joyner Lucas gained some weight. Joyner Lucas had a buzz when he first came out. Then he did the song with Will Smith. He did a song with Will and everything.
Did he?
Yeah. Joyner Lucas had a whole buzz. He nice with it. But that's what's up. But yeah, it was a great movie, guys. It was a great movie. I give it. We're gonna rate it. I gotta go 4 out of 5 koofies on this movie, Jay.
Yeah, I agree.
4 out of 5 koofies.
If it never had a let up in any of the pacing, then I would probably be a 5 out of 5. But it did have a little bit of slow moments sometimes, every now and then.
Yeah.
So definitely 4 is appropriate, I think. Definitely.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 koofies on that. Now, hopefully Beverly Hills Cop is not a letdown.
Man, Beverly Hills Cop Part 4 drops tonight. Man, I'm so excited. I won't even be able to stay up though for it. Really, it's gonna come out at 12 midnight tonight.
I'm gonna stay up.
I bet there's gonna be some watch parties. I bet there's some watch parties on YouTube. That's gonna be some action going tonight. But yeah. Beverly Hills Cop 4. We didn't get it in our area. I know some places got it in their area where you can go watch it at the theater tonight, but we were not one of them.
That'd have been dope. I'd have went to go watching the movie tonight.
It's hateful because basically what these streaming services are trying to do is they're trying to force us to drop the other subscriptions and just have one subscription because it's here with these prices of everything. How are we supposed to have 10 different subscriptions? You can only have one at a time, really.
Right. I'm about to see.
With all these prices. Prices going up.
I don't want to play. No, cut the music. Thank you. What is this? Supercell. That looks interesting.
I heard that it was pretty good. Somebody was saying it was it's like a black superheroes story, but it's not by Marvel. That's what I heard.
Where I know this dude from?
I'm kind of interested to see it. Might check it out sometime.
Yeah, I guess I won't know if I've been seeing the Beverly Hills Cop thing. Let me see if I know it's Netflix, right?
Yeah, and I got to see. I went to the theaters on Juneteenth, and my birthday was. I had my birthday, and I had the free popcorn and free drink set up for my birthday through the AMC, which was nice. So I was happy about that.
That's dope.
So I went to go see Sound of Hope Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot. Mm-hmm. And that was so good. That's 5 out of 5 for me.
That's from that's not Angel Studios. That's A2 or A24, whatever it is.
It was Angel Studios.
It was Angel Studios. Okay.
Yeah. It was really, really good.
Yeah, it looks like I'll be able to watch it at midnight. Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. So, okay. Ooh, Blank Man? Blank Man's on Netflix? Blank Man's one of my favorite comedies.
Which one?
Blank Man.
Oh, Blank Man with the Johnny Five or whatever.
Yeah, J5.
Mm-hmm. I saw, let's see, where's my review? Care about these other nonsense reviews. What the heck? It's like I can't find my review on here. I posted my review. They got it kind of buried.
With A Sound of Hope?
Huh?
With A Sound of Hope?
Yes, I said it's an adoption message tearjerker based on the story of First Lady Donna and her husband, Reverend Martin, who, from their East Texas church in Possum Trot, led a mission to adopt difficult-to-place kids from the foster system. Angel Studios took on a project to highlight the need for adoption in this film, as they previously highlighted the epidemic of abuse with Sound of Freedom. Now, this movie called Sound of Hope. The film was a part of a special Juneteenth film screening, with many theaters offering families a free experience. It's a moving and touching film. My theater audience sobbed through some of the emotional moments. It was very well done in terms of sound, cinematography. It was an excellent film. So that was Sound of Hope, the Possum Trot story. I don't know if you guys can see this little image there. That's the poster. You can see it a little bit.
Yeah, I can see it a little bit.
That's the poster for it. Shows the little girl there. I think her name was Leah in the story. It's a true story. And they show all the family members, like the people that are playing the parts do it so well, like it's almost like you're glimpsing into a real life situation. And it's excellent made story about that situation too. It's sad because there are a lot of kids out there that need good homes, and so that's what it was highlighting.
Sound like a good movie. I'm gonna have to check that out. Now, am I gonna cry? If I see it, am I gonna cry?
Nah, I didn't cry. I heard some people. I know some of the ladies when they were crying at different parts.
Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom almost got me.
Yeah, if it almost got you, this one shouldn't. I mean, this one shouldn't get like you shouldn't cry at this one. I don't think.
Hey, I'm a grown man, okay, and I don't mind, shedding a couple tears. You know what I mean? It was.
It's dusty in here, bro.
Yeah, there's one movie that always gets me. I swear, y'all gonna think I'm crazy.
Wife keep cutting these onions, man.
There's one movie that keep getting me all the time, yo. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Forrest Gump, the ending. It's only the ending of Forrest Gump. When that feather start going up in the air after the little boy get on the daggone thing, yo, it gets me every time. I don't know why.
I cried at
and Forrest Gump is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Now there's some movies out there I guess that have some emotional undertones to them.
Yeah. I
just watched this movie the other day. So, I'm a film buff, right? So I watch like 5,000 movies a year, but I watched this movie by D.W. Griffin. It came out in 1916, and I was glad to make the world premiere for it when it jumped off, but it's a really good film. And it shows like this cradle rocking back and forth, and then it flash forwards through all these different times to showcase that the cradle represents like the generations that face some sort of pivotal human conflict of nature versus man, or man versus man in a very human conditioning of it. So that's kind of like the esoteric feel for it is you see this cradle rocking back and forth, then it flashes like to the present in 1916, then it flashes to the way past at Jesus' crucifixion, then it flashes back further to Babylon and at the fall of Babylon, and then it flashes further up again to 1916 again to show this man about to be hung. And he's telling them, I didn't do it. I didn't shoot anybody. I didn't kill anyone, all with the little cards, because this was before talkie films. The first talkie film was the Vitaphone presented film in 1926. It was called Don Juan, or the story of Don Juan Marano, starring, Barry, Levi Barry, or whatever his name was, Barry Stone, And in that film, it shows at the beginning of it, the directors of the Vitaphone come out and explain that they're going to have this film explore the possibility of talking films or talkies. Then you get Jazz Singer after that. Then you get a couple more films. So from 1926 to 1929, then from then on, it becomes like the standard. The standard is talking films from then on. But there's a couple really solid old movies, but man, they run long. 3 hours for some of them. 2.5 and 3 hours for silent films and the original talking films.
Yeah, I remember I went down a rabbit hole on films back in the day about how the Vatican and the Catholic Church like had a stranglehold on.
Good. You see, they would have had the way that Hollywood was running.
Yeah.
If you watch the beginning of Don Juan, like heck no.
All of
I'm glad they had the codes, because they would have had kids on there doing weird stuff. They were already doing the baby burlesques back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what those were? Those were where they had like the little kids dressed as adults, or acting out the parts of adults. Like one would be like a drug dealer, and one would be like a streetwalker or something, and it was with little kids, and you'd be like, "Oh man, come on, it's not for kids."
Yeah, the Catholic Church was like, they had a stranglehold on that stuff, and they had all those codes and all of that, like the guidelines that Hollywood had to follow. And looking back, like looking at Hollywood now, I'm like, yo, we need to bring them codes back. Like it was because at first
back in place.
Yeah, because when I was doing my research, and I was like, yo, that's crazy that no. They was artistic, and this is back before, I was Canon Hotep or whatever. And I'm saying, now I'm like, nah, bring them codes back. Bring them codes back. Like they had, now certain things like they had you couldn't have any on-screen violence. It had to be off-screen violence. It was certain things that you couldn't do. But yeah, I think right now they need to bring them codes back. Some code, but I guess with the Catholic Church and their crazy shit, what they do with the kids, I don't know. Maybe the Catholic Church need to work on living by their code of conduct first before doing it. But
I'm with you though that there needs to be like when you're watching stuff, like if it's an agenda film movie, like let us know ahead of time, because I'm not about to put that nonsense on. If it's gonna be chastising us for every little thing under the sun and promoting all kind of political ideologies that I'm not with, then just give me a fair warning ahead.
What if the warning, right? What if the warning?
It's gonna be terrible, I bet. All right, go ahead, spit it out.
What if the warning is a trans flag with the Black Lives Matter fist in the corner, like the explicit content label, like you get on CDs? Instead of explicit warning, explicit content, he just had the LGBTQ flag with the Black Lives Matter fist on it, and it just tells everybody off rip, there's agenda in this movie.
That would be dope though if it started popping up the flags. This flag, that flag, that flag, and then by the time you're like, okay, wait a second, that's got a little bit too many flags. I'm done.
Yeah, as soon as you see that at the corner, it's like, oh, I'm not going to see that movie. You know what I mean?
That would be a good idea. Like flyer freak flags right now. Let us know what this movie's about.
Yeah, it was that dumb movie that they did with a pedophile movie they let slide a few years ago, Call Me by Your Name or whatever it was.
That's it. But now they had that one that was on the
Black Lives Matter
kids. The one that was on Netflix that everyone had to cancel the Netflix over because they were showing like kids at a strip club or something.
Yeah,
like that.
It was. No, you're talking about the dance thing. Little Baddies or some shit. I don't know what the hell it was called. It was called something.
No, I didn't look at it. No, that's why we don't have ridiculous. No Netflix.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't have
and
Netflix.
I know it, and if the crazy, I live it because my daughter do dance, and I be seeing some of them little girls in them dance competitions. I'm like, who picked their outfits? Right? I'm like, who picked their outfits? Like my cousin, like, his daughter does dance, and they had me and my daughter went to go see his daughter dance, and he's like, I hate when they got her belly out. I can't stand it. And he's like, there's a 100% shot that there's a pedophile in here right now. We're watching these girls that should not be here. And my cousin just scans the audience while he's at these things. He just scans the audience for the perv or the creep. I'm like, oh Lord, but he's right. But that shouldn't have been televised. That shouldn't have been televised. I'm gonna just say that. Man. Anyway. You got anything else, Jay?
Looking forward to tonight. To check out that Beverly Hills Cop.
Axel F.
Yeah.
That's going to be. I hope I'm not let down. I really don't. You think they're gonna have Taggart in it?
You're gonna have everyone in it. I think Balky B will be in there. You know, he was Bronson Pinchot, whatever. He always steals the show. He always show up acting crazy, so that's gonna be fun. And then he's gonna blow up half the town, and you know, return to old-fashioned craziness from we got back in the '80s and '90s movies and early 2000s movies too.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
You blew up half the town just to get that one suspect. What's wrong with you? Give me your badge. Turn it in right now.
Right. Like,
it's funny stuff.
It's been like 30 years and Axel Foley's still a street cop. Not even been promoted.
It's entirely implausible, but it's gonna be fun, and the antics will be up there. I'm sure it looked like it's gonna be good, so I know I'm hyped for it.
You gonna have on this dirty Adidas Sambas still.
But I'm mad that they didn't do this they didn't want to do this as a nationwide release that everybody get it instead of just certain cities get it at the theater. Because I would have went to see it at the theater.
Everybody would have went to see it at the theater.
Imagine that theater would have been packed and that music come on, bum, 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 bum. I would have been like, oh shoot, here we go.
So Beverly Hills Cop. 1 through we don't know what 4 is going to be. So far, 1 through 3. Where you rate them at? Or where you put them at in order?
Just the order that they came out, because that's how I was feeling about them. Like the first one was classic. The second one was real good and fun. The third one was kind of fun, but not as good as part 1 and 2.
I go 1, 3, and 2.
You like the third one a lot?
Yeah, I did. Wonderworld. I like Wonderworld a lot. So I go 1, 3, and 2.
1, 3, 2. Yeah. So far I'm at 1, 2, 3. And we'll see if 4 jumps the spot.
Yeah, that'd be great. Like if you get Bad Boys 4 doing this thing, and then you get Axel F coming out doing this thing, being hilarious and good action-packed movie, I'm down.
I guess that's why they didn't want to put out Bad Boys 4 at the theater, because it would have been, Beverly Hills Cop would have been competing with Bad Boys 4 at the theater at the same time.
Bad Boys for Life,
Bad Boys was still number 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's been out. Bad Boys Ride or Die. It is, yeah, but it's been out for like how long? Like 3 weeks or 2 weeks?
Oh, it's number 1. It's just like back when Top Gun Part 2 came out, and Top Gun Part 2 was an agenda-free movie, and people had been waiting on something like that for a minute, something that they could go and watch, relax, enjoy, eat their popcorn, chill out for a second, and not have to think about politics and all this nonsense for every 5 seconds.
Plus, it's a Netflix
No
movie.
Joe, no Donnie T for a second, you know?
Yeah, plus it's a Netflix movie, so Netflix like, no, we got to get our bread too. You know what I mean? We'll put it out in certain markets, but we got to get our bread. You know,
they're really bugging, because if they put that at the theater, people would be there right this second.
It did numbers.
It would have done big numbers. It'd have been probably like at least 100 million its first week, and then 200 million the second week.
Thing is,
because
right? Don't we gotta pay for it on Netflix?
I don't know, probably. I don't even have the Netflix joint yet.
That'd be wild if they made us pay for this shit on Netflix. Like, I already pay you Netflix
pay-per-view
every month.
The pay-per-view event of the summer.
I'm gonna be so mad, but I'm gonna pay for it.
I'm gonna be so mad and pay for it anyway.
I'm gonna be so pissed, but I'm gonna got me again.
Playing it.
But I'm gonna go ahead and pay it because I want to watch the movie. Oh my God, Eddie Murphy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in this movie? Really?
No spoilers. I'm trying to go check it out. Hey, then you didn't get to see the M. Night Shyamalan movie, did you?
Which one is that?
The new Watchers one.
Nah, my sister wanted to go see. No. She wanted to go see Silent, whatever that is. What's that movie? Not Silent. What's it called? What the heck is it called? It's like the prequel to the movie Quiet Place. But no, I haven't seen Watchers yet.
Watchers, it wasn't, like it has a good setup. It has a real good setup. Girl goes out to it's cool though. It's like, every Shyamalan movie has these premises that you're like, oh, this is cool. It's just that sometimes the ending, the execution could be better. And the ending goes on way too freaking long. I was like, this movie could have been over by now. They just needed better editing. They needed to know when to stop. But the movie was good though, in a lot of ways, except for the ending part kind of let you down. If they had edited it down a little bit more, been cool. But like this girl, she's in a bird shop. Birds, like they have selling birds and stuff like that. And then she gets a call, this customer or something, and they're like, oh, you have to go over to this spot and deliver this bird. So she starts driving, and she has to go through the woods to get there. But the woods like have this creepy like pathway to where like if you go too far in them, like the woods change on you and it gets creepy and stuff, and there's like these monsters in the woods.
Skinwalker Ranch.
And then she pulls over her car and she's like, oh shoot, because everything, the car batteries and lights and everything on the car all start what, and she's like, oh shoot, where the heck am I at now? And then you can start hearing like the creatures like, and it's like, oh shoot, where is she at?
We got a horror movie is what it sound like.
It's good, but it's a thriller movie. It's a thriller / fantasy. So it was really good, and up to a certain point, then it kind of lets you down at the end where it just goes on too long. Just like come on, man, just end the movie.
M. Night Shyamalan movies.
We got the you get to the reveal, you see the reveal, and you're like, oh, so that was the secret. Oh, okay, I got you. Then the movie just keeps on going. You're like, well, we already know the secret. What the heck is you keep going for?
Wasn't Sixth Sense M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah.
And what else? Super 8, right?
No, M. Night Shyamalan was The Village. I like The Village.
Super 8 wasn't M. Night Shyamalan?
No, that's J.J. Abrams.
Oh, thank you.
M. Night Shyamalan is The Village, Unbreakable, Split, Old.
Old was crazy.
Signs, Sixth Sense. What's the other ones? Oh, what was the other one? The Old House or whatever it was called. Oh, the Elevator. The Devil in the Elevator, something like that, and the other ones, a couple others. I'm trying to think. The one where they go to the grandmother's house. They go. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna go stay at our grandmother's house."
Like the Hansel and Gretel shit. I know what you're talking about.
And then the other one where they're on the beach. Mm-hmm. If they stay on the beach too long, they can die. And the other one.
That's the old movie, right?
That was called Old. Yeah, it's called Old.
Yeah, that was a good.
And then the other one was called Servant, where they have this girl and this woman loses her child, and then she's like brings the servant, and then the servant's like watching over them and stuff. Then the woman comes back and she's like, oh look, my baby's back alive. And it's like, what? How did your baby come back alive? What the heck is going on? And you come to learn that the woman has like this psychic powers that can like do whatever the families want.
Interesting. Like I like M. Night Shyamalan, but some of his movies be kind of like, I'm like, come on, y'all.
Lady in the Water was good. Yeah, his missteps were After Earth. Oh, that was terrible with Will Smith.
Yes, it was horrible.
That was one of the worst movies ever.
After Earth and that 65, was it 65, whatever it was, 65 BC or something? That movie was just a white people After Earth.
And M. Night didn't make that one, but he made After Earth. That was like his weakest movie to date.
That movie wasn't the best.
Terrible. Oh, and the other one he made, The Happening, where the grass is the villain.
The Happening was wild. And then it was like all that shit and then nothing.
It was like the grass and the pollen was causing people to hurt themselves.
That was with Mark Wahlberg, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was so mad at that movie.
I was too.
Like, this movie don't make no sense.
None. We didn't even find out why it was doing it. It just stopped.
It just stopped. The wind stopped blowing. Oh, if the wind blows, the grass will kill you. And whoop de whoop.
It was like it just needed I don't know, Mother Earth is mad or something. It was wild.
His movies are always interesting. They always got like this story that where you're always thinking, where's he going with this, and what's the twist ending supposed to be?
Yeah, my father was like, you gotta know science and you gotta know this and for the happening, and I was like, oh, okay, I gotta figure stuff out. I like that. Go to the movie. I'm like, I ain't gotta figure nothing out. Matter of fact, this movie told me nothing. It was just them running away from grass like they got allergies until it just stopped, and that was the end of the movie. I was like, I can't believe I wasted my money on this movie. Oh my gosh. And
then the other one, what was the one? The Signs though was neat because it was an allegory for demons
Yes.
entering the earth. It was like they couldn't cross over the door because there was like crosses on the door or something like that. If you notice, they like had crucifixes on the door, so that's why the aliens couldn't even open a simple door, because the aliens were demons.
Yes.
And then if you splashed water on them, it represented holy water was getting splashed on them, and they would just die getting hit with the holy water. And it was coming from the guy that was refining his faith, which was Mel Gibson, and he was the pastor or whatever. He was a clergyman, and he was trying to refine his faith. So once he and his family had rediscovered faith, then they said, swing away, and they were rebuking the demons. And that was what the allegory was. I was like, dang, this is crazy.
Yeah, Signs was I saw it a while ago. It's a good movie. I need to revisit that movie. But yeah. This was fun. We gotta keep doing this. Maybe we gotta come back for Axel F. We gotta come back for Axel F.
It better not let us down.
I hope it don't let me down. I hope not.
Be some nonsense.
I know that Eddie Murphy got like 15 kids and he gotta pay some money. I hope not, guys. But it'll be on in T-minus 30 minutes. So I'm definitely about to get me. I ain't got no popcorn. Damn, is my wife still out? She give me some popcorn. I ain't got no popcorn.
Maybe Beverly Hills Cop Part 4 coming on tonight.
I'm staying up tonight for this. Normally I'd be.
Is she gonna sit down and watch it with you?
No, her ass gonna be knocked out. She can care less.
Sleep. Yeah, she gonna be sleepy time. She didn't really want to mess with the Bad Boys Part 4, huh?
She went. She watched it. She met us at the theater.
But was it reluctant?
Kinda. Like, I didn't force her. She was just like, "Oh, y'all going to the movies?" Like, yeah, we ain't want to bother you with it. Figured you ain't want to go. And she's like, "Oh, I would have went." I was like, "All right, well, you want to meet us?" You know.
My wife likes the action movies, so she was excited. She was like, "Yeah, let's go see the Bad Boys." I was like, "All right," because you like action movies. Let's go check it out and see what it's about. Man, I loved some Shyamalan movies. I had to go watch that too. And then the next one coming out is called Trap. I'm looking forward to seeing that too. Did you see what Trap is about?
No.
This guy takes us to this concert. It's like called Raven B concert. Like she's like a Taylor Swift type of a person or something like that.
Okay.
They go. Daughter's like, yeah, can't wait to go see this concert, whatever. He get up there, then he noticed people all acting really fishy. They're all acting suspicious. They're all like, everyone's head is on a swivel. Everyone's like acting nervous. And he goes up to one of the security guards. He's like, yo, what's happening? What's going on up here? This is Josh Hartnett as the father. And the guy's like, yo, listen, they're looking for the that serial killer that chops up people, man. They said he's supposed to come here tonight, so they got all the exits locked down and all the police are coming. This is a trap to catch the serial killer.
Yeah, I did see the previews for this.
And he was like, what?
That one I'm interested to see.
I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, man, he's supposed to be in the building right now. And then we're gonna find out what the twist is gonna be. So that's what's gonna be exciting.
The twist gonna be the father is the let me stop.
I don't know in the movie if it is.
Oh man,
it was Daddy all along.
It was the dad. It was Mr. Atkinson.
Or it could be it could be. Maybe it's the black that was telling him too. It was like, yo, they got all these cops in here, man. They're looking for the serial killer right now. What if it's him? That would be a funny twist too. Like the least person you can expect.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. Anyway.
I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
You got anything else?
That's it. Y'all enjoy the movies, man.
Yeah, enjoy the movies, guys. If you're watching this on the Nerd Out, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when we got new content coming out. If you're watching this over on Canon Hotep YouTube channel, make sure every Monday, every Wednesday, 10:30 p.m., Canon Speaks. Every Thursday, after the Hotep's been told you after party. After Hotep's been told you it's the after party. Hotep's been told you after party. We're going to start doing more stuff over here on the Nerd Out channel as well. You can be sure to catch more movie reviews like this. I'm definitely going to do it because I just found them all, Jay. I'll post our old movie reviews up as well so you guys can see how we do it. Anyway, till next time, guys. I don't have an exit for the Nerd Out.
No exits.
Until next time, guys. Don't choke on the popcorn, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We holler at you.
So relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas.
We gotta figure that out too, because you can't have that one either.
You might have to edit the. You might have to edit that one up too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that part out.